The Oak Island team has made a significant discovery near the buried treasure site, captivating fans and researchers alike. Using advanced technology and historical insights, the team discovered an unexpected large boulder in the swampy areas of the island, which was initially thought to be just another rock. However, further investigation revealed that the boulder appeared to be a deliberate marker, possibly pointing to something bigger. Its location near Nolan's Cross, a well-known stone arrangement, suggests it was intentionally placed by previous visitors, adding to its significance. The alignment of this boulder with Nolan's Cross hints at a purposeful placement, perhaps marking a significant spot or leading to hidden treasure. This idea is supported by John Edwards, a researcher who has spent years studying the island's history. Edwards' theory is that the original treasure hiders created a network of markers and clues across the island to guide future seekers. As the team continues to dig, they are careful to respect the historical and cultural importance of their findings. Each artifact not only brings them closer to possibly solving the treasure hunt, but also helps piece together Oak Island's history, offering insight. The finding of these two artifacts in proximity recommends that this location was used for specific purposes, potentially connected to the creation of Nolan's Cross and other interesting features found on the island. Oak Island, a storied island in the Philippines, is home to a rich history of archaeological discoveries and treasure hunting. The circular formation of rocks, possibly a pit used for storing items, could be used to temporarily secure valuable items or shield them from adversaries. The large log, a significant construction, could have been part of a permanent settlement or operational base on the island. The meticulous engineering of these constructions suggests advanced knowledge of building techniques and a deliberate intention to create lasting structures. The underlying reasons for these constructions are still subject to speculation, but they add to the broader story of Oak Island's legend. The recent unearthing of what could be ancient human-made structures deepens the complex history of the island and brings with it daunting implications. These implications stem not just from the nature of the findings themselves, but also from the island's infamous past, believed to be cursed and laden with hazards. With the curse of Oak Island hanging over them, the team faces both real dangers and the weight of history and legend. The discovery of ancient human-made structures on Oak Island is inherently captivating, but the excitement is mixed with apprehension due to the island's history of deadly accidents and strange disappearances linked to its legendary curse. The findings potentially connect with the island's supposed flood tunnel system, suggesting a sophisticated network engineered to protect the Money Pit, a focal point of the island's lore. This significant breakthrough in understanding the island's layout could lead to further revelations about its historical use and the true nature of the activities that took place there. The curse of Oak Island, as told by local legends, foretells that 7 individuals will perish in their search for the island's hidden treasure before it is finally located. Up to now, 6 adventurers have tragically lost their lives in various incidents, casting a somber shadow over the legend. The recent unearthing of structures that might trace back to the era of the Knights Templar or earlier settlers introduces a notion of tampering with the historical record, suggesting that some aspects were intended to remain undisturbed. Oak Island is fraught with immediate physical dangers as real as the legendary ones. The landscape is beset with natural threats including quicksand, sinkholes, and pits that are prone to collapse. The swampy areas, where many significant finds have occurred, are especially hazardous. The intensive digging required to delve deeper and uncover further elements can make the already precarious underground structures even less stable, risking sudden collapses that could ensnare or injure those in pursuit of the island's treasures. Beyond the tangible threats, there are stories of curses and supernatural forces purported to guard the treasures of the island. Regardless of personal beliefs in such supernatural tales, the psychological impact these stories wield is undeniable, instilling fear and caution among those exploring the island. Unearthing these ancient structures brings with it not only the responsibility of managing the finds with care, but also ensuring that these relics are studied and preserved in ways that respect their historical value and the cultures they represent. This responsibility includes ethical considerations, as disturbing these ancient sites might be seen as an intrusion into the sanctified aspects of ancestral lives and endeavors. The exploration of Oak Island is a complex interplay of excitement, danger, and ethical dilemmas. Each discovery carries with it the weight of historical significance and the need to navigate the moral landscape of disturbing ancient resting places. The Oak Island treasure hunt has evolved significantly due to the integration of modern technology. Historically, the island has been a hub for extensive searches, driven by tales of buried riches. However, today's team equipped with advanced technology has taken treasure hunting to a new level of sophistication, precision, and safety. This shift has led to more substantial discoveries and a clearer understanding of the island's fascinating historical layers. One of the standout technologies used by the Oak Island treasure hunters is ground-penetrating radar, GPR, which works by sending radio waves into the ground, which bounce back to create images of what lies beneath the surface without the need for actual digging. This technology is particularly beneficial on Oak Island, where the terrain is extremely challenging and the threat of collapsing pits looms large. Thanks to GPR, the team can pinpoint potential treasure sites and strategically plan their excavation activities, minimizing disruption to the landscape and concentrating their efforts on explorations with the hope that they find something of great worth and are able to make a profit on the investment. The sale of found artifacts and treasure can be life-changing, as they are able to get huge sums of money in the hundreds of millions, depending on what they find. Not many treasures or returns on investments have been made public knowledge, but they do allude to investing large amounts of money. Craig is also the vice president and manager of a turbine company, Heritage Sustainable Energy. The salary of a founder and vice president of a company this size would be, on average, $250,000 a year. In addition to this, Craig is also the manager of the Rock Management Group, and he has a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from Michigan Technological University. His net worth is likely closer to Marty Lagina's of around $80 to $90 million, as he was his partner in many business ventures like Terra Energy, Vineyards, and even Oak Island Tours. He has also appeared in 100 episodes of The Curse of Oak Island, as well as one episode of Beyond Oak Island. The men have been known to invest their own money into scouring the island for treasures and clues, but it is unknown how much of their millions have gone into this. Alex Lagena. Another member of the crew is Alex Lagena, son of Marty Lagena and nephew of Rick Lagena. He has a degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Michigan. He is involved in his father's businesses, like the winery and energy company. There is also mention of his investments in real estate in Michigan. Alex Lagena is a very popular figure in the show because of his skill and intelligence when coming up with new strategies to find new treasures. He has been in 95 episodes of Curse of Oak Island, 10 episodes of The Curse of Civil War Gold, and 1 episode of Beyond Oak Island. If we calculated that each episode paid him $100,000, he would have earned nearly $11 million. It is likely that he has also earned money from investments like those of his father, and other sites speculate that his net worth is as high as $50 million. Jack Begley. Following the theme of being friends and family, the next cast member of the Oak Island crew is Jack Begley, the stepson of Craig Tester. He is based in Michigan, as most of the Oak Island crew seems to be, and he never hesitates to do the dirty work on the show. Jack and Craig are often working together on any digs on the island. When he isn't working with his stepdad, he can be found with friend and fellow crew member Gary Drayton, a metal detectorist around the island. Jack Begley is a producer on the show and has been in 100 episodes of The Curse of Oak Island. Calculating this would give Jack a net worth of $10 million, without including his revenue as a producer from the syndication of the show. Of course, as he is only a supporting character, he is unlikely to make the same amount as the Lagena brothers, so his net worth could be as much as half of that estimate. However, the show is not his only stream of revenue, as Jack owns his own company, Remote Energy Solutions, as well as being a drone pilot. A drone pilot is estimated to make over $100,000 a year. In addition to his co-ownership of a company that is estimated to make 7 figures a year, his total net worth is estimated to be around $3 to $10 million as of 2024. Gary Drayton. Gary Drayton is originally from England and taught himself the art of metal detecting. He has often helped the Fellowship of the Dig unearth many of Oak Island's incredible treasures. Gary offers invaluable insight to the show and is featured in Beyond Oak Island as well, given his connection to the greater world of treasure hunters. He has many of his own catchphrases on the show and is behind finding coins, semi-precious gems, and most significantly, a lead cross with ties to the Knights Templar. He has appeared in 150 episodes of the show, meaning he could be worth $15 million from show appearances alone. However, given his position as a side character, it is unlikely to be that high. However, he has written 2 books and found treasures himself, including rare coins, a ring made of emeralds and Inca gold, and even a Roman perfume bottle. Many sites estimate his net worth to be around $1 to $3 million. Charles Barkhouse, another crew member who has been in as many as 93 episodes and is a fan favorite, is the Oak Island historian, Charles Barkhouse. He has lived and investigated the island for over 50 years, and he gives guided tours around the island as well as the Oak Island Museum. According to Alex Lagina, he knows a lot about Oak Island and is one of the foremost historians of its legacy. Charles first started working as an advisor to the Lagina brothers and is a production assistant for the show. A production manager can make anywhere between $66,000 and $115,000 a year, according to salary.com. To add to his revenue, he is a published author. Aside from being known as a historian, the most interesting fact about him is that he is a Freemason and actually a Knight Templar himself. Some fans speculate that he is there to keep an eye on the island and lead the team away from finding the treasure. Of course, these theories are not believed by serious fans, and he is very well respected for his expertise, which he shares with visitors on the island as well as in segments of the show. Some even say Charles is the true treasure on Oak Island, whose salary as an Oak Island guide is estimated to be around $33,000 a year. His deep roots on the island are appreciated and lend authenticity to their work on Oak Island. All of his show appearances, his book deal, production credits, and tour guide salary would put him in the range of around $2 to $3 million. This is taking into account that he would not be paid the same amount as the main characters in the show, and because he does not appear in as many episodes. Laird Niven. One of the most important members of the crew is Laird Niven. He is an archaeologist and historic preservation expert who has been in over 117 episodes of the show. His skills are welcome, as they rely on him to protect and explain some of the treasures and clues they find on the island. An archaeologist can make a salary of $46,000 to $100,000 a year. Adding in the historic preservationist expertise, which, as a career, can make over $50,000 a year, can be counted on to make his expertise all the more valuable. So in truth, his salary as an archaeologist can be more than double the average.
Both the stone wall on Lot 26 and the pine tar furnace on Lot 15 contained fragments of charcoal. That indicates the presence of fire. They also discovered a piece of pottery, which provides additional insight into what the object may be. The images depict numerous kiln structures discovered by the University of York throughout Europe. They date back to the Roman era, proving that this technology is not new. Immediately, focus on the kiln on Lot 5. Observing the proximity to the water is intriguing. Regardless, let's dissect this and have some fun. First, visualize the mysterious setting in which we find ourselves. This location may be optimal for a covert operation. What if we told you a kiln could be hidden there? A kiln indeed. Consider alternative applications for this kiln before imagining a group of potters creating exquisite pottery. Our minds are racing and we are thinking about pipelines. Pipes indeed. This excellent hypothesis proposes Oak Island may contain a system of flood tunnels. What is this then? This is supported by evidence such as the valve and the cavity beneath the trapdoor. In this case, things are becoming increasingly intriguing. Perhaps intelligent infrastructure is used to construct the underground tunnels. They may be developing a hydraulic system to control the flow of water. However implausible it may seem, let's experiment with it anyway. It is prudent to use pipelines instead of open tunnels. The island's rugged terrain was only marginally suitable for tunneling. If water were to flow through certain areas, they might erode or collapse. Why then not utilize pipes to maintain a constant flow without endangering a collapse? At this point, things become even more pleasurable. Let's investigate the origins of pottery, my companion. We are discussing a technique that has existed since Roman times: clay pipes. Before, these pipelines were formed around a wooden structure, but it was difficult to connect them seamlessly. They ingeniously employed the potter's wheel, which originated in ancient Samaria around 3500 BCE. Incredible, right? Nevertheless, there's more. We should talk about glazing. You know, the protective layer that prevents water from permeating clay and causing damage to ceramics. Roman glazing techniques were extraordinarily inventive. They utilized salt, lead, and tin, invented later, to create an impregnable, complex covering. At this point, things begin to become somewhat chaotic. A pottery instructor asserts that adding saline or ocean water to clay causes its surface to bloom. The kiln firing process produces a beautiful salt patina.
The Oak Island team steps back so that the Dumas Contracting Company team can start drilling in this episode. The business is ready to start the job and has everything it needs. Is it possible that new things will be found? How did the team get past problems to reach their goal? The most important question is, where is the wealth that was buried? Stay tuned as we keep looking for the treasure that has been hidden for a long time. Early in the morning, the drilling company starts by planning how to dig the yard shaft all the way down. For about 6 hours, the flooded water has to be drained out of the garden shaft. Then,